Hey everyone, welcome back to the final episode of the Tiny Tournament run-through that we'll be doing IMTLR. And yes, so we have been doing a run-through of Tiny Tourney. This is going to be our third and final episode. And we're just going to hop right into the battles. Hopefully no disconnects this time. I did do a few more battles off screen, but not too many, so doesn't look like we're going to get all 45 battles in, but that's okay, because, you know, we had fun, but we're not done yet. We're going to get our first opponent for the live right away with Porygon 2, Rotom Wash, Azelf, Muck, Cincino, and Kartana. So a pretty standard looking team from our opponent. I wouldn't mind leading Krokorok and Kartana, because that can Oko the Porygon 2 with knockoff into Bloom Doom, and then knockoff also threatens the Azelf, unless it is Z-move Azelf, which could be threatening. Other options would be leading Rabombi, because that can threaten the Azelf as well as threatening the Kartana, although our Krokorok does have Fire Fang. I like my Trick Room mode in this matchup. I think I actually want to lead Rabombi. I do want to bring Kartana though. I'll bring Porygon 2 and Marowak in the back. Krokorok, it is nice for the Porygon 2, but I don't think I need it. Alright, we're locking in. Alright, so let's get this first battle underway against Pokemon Trainer Ander, leading the Azelf and Cincino. So, from my experience in the tournament so far, most Azelf tend to not be Focus Sash. I see a lot of Z-move, so I wouldn't be surprised if it's that. However, I do not want to risk it being Focus Sash and then flamethrowing me. Although, if it is Focus Sash, then there's not much I can really do about it, because he's most likely going to take out my Rabombi with a Rock Blast from Cincino. I'm going to substitute in Pollen Puff. It is Focus Sash itself, okay. Well, that's actually pretty good news for me, because even though he probably will take down my Rabombi and my Kartana, depending if he has Flamethrower, which I assume he does, since he's not Z-move, he has no way of stopping me from getting Trick Room up. Unless he's Trick Room on Azelf. But on a Focus Sash set, I don't expect him to be. So we should be able to get up Trick Room here pretty safely. I don't know if he has anything that would threaten this combination under Trick Room. Anything like that's slower than both of my Pokemon. I know he has the Alolan Buck, which is slow, but both of my Pokemon are mid-speed, so my Marowak should be slower than it. I guess he also does have his Porygon 2, but yeah, I should be able to get up Trick Room here pretty safely, and I expect him to Rock Blast into the Marowak slot. He could be Taunt on his own, though. If he's Taunt on his elf, that's bad, but I'm not going to try to predict it to be Taunt. So I'm still going to go for the Trick Room and the Protect on Marowak. And let's see what my opponent wants to do. The Azelf goes for Shadow Ball onto the Marowak slot. That does not do very much damage. Rock Blast into the Porygon 2 slot, so that's interesting. He went for Rock Blast over something else. It's possible that's a choiced Cincino, but based on the amount of damage it's doing, it's so little damage, I can't see it being choiced. Like, it's not Choice Scarf because the Azelf just went first. And for Choice Band, that's just so little damage, I can't see it being Choice Band. We did get the special attack boost, so that's pretty cool. Let's see. I'm going to try attack the Azelf. And should I Flare Blitz this Encino? Do I need health on this thing for anything? Yeah, I kind of do need health on it for the... and I'm going to Flare Blitz anyway. I don't trust that a +1 Tri Attack will knock out... oh, he sends in his Rotom. That's really good for me. Because this thing does not really take 2 +1 Tri Attacks, unless it's like a more specially defensive stat, which is possible. We're going to knock out Cincino right there. That's fine. And let's see how much Tri Attack does. Yeah, as you can see, it does well over 50%, and it seems to be leftovers Rotom, so that's interesting as well. Our opponent is going to send in his Kartana, which cannot be Focus Sash because we've already seen the Focus Sash on Azelf, which means I get to just launch off a Flare Blitz into that slot. Kartana uses Detect. That's pretty, that's kind of obvious. But we didn't need to predict because we see that Tri Attack is it. I doubt it's a roll to knock out this Rotom. Yeah, so we need to get rid of Rotom right there. And I know I at least have this next turn of Trick Room, and so he might have to get a double detect to win the game. Oh. Well, we unfortunately did have a communication error, but hey, it wasn't me this time, so that means I get the victory. Yay! Okay, so we get a victory due to a communication error. Obviously, it could have been that he just had bad internet, or he could have, turned his 3DS off because he didn't feel like he could win, and he got a little angry about that. I think he could have won. I don't think he should have given up right there. If he did, obviously, again, it could have just been poor internet on his part. But either way, that is going to be a victory for us. And, we take those to the bank. But of course, that's not going to be the end of the live. Let's get a couple more battles in. Hopefully we can end this tournament off on a good note. Hopefully we can end this tournament off by finding an opponent and not finding an opponent. Any second now. Don't worry, guys. They're just shook, They saw the Rabombi and the Croc Rock, and they're like, oh man, this guy knows what he's doing. Get off the ladder. TLR is on. No, I'm just kidding. I don't think my team's anything to be scared of. Okay. Next opponent of the day is going to be Adair? I don't know how to pronounce that. From Mexico. Ooh, this is a very threatening team. Excadrill, Kartana, Chandelure, Hawlucha, Gastrodon, and Jolteon. So Marowak and Trick Room does really good against this, but I have to get up Trick Room. And I can do that against Hawlucha and Kartana, but both of those threaten a lot of damage onto Porygon too. So I want to lead off something that threatens both of them. Rabombi does a pretty decent job at threatening both of them. I definitely want to bring the Kartana. The question is, do I want to lead with it? That would leave me a little weak to the Chandelure. Also, it's bad if he leads the Hawlucha, because the Hawlucha is probably Sash. I could lead Krokorok instead. Maybe I'll do that, with Porygon 2 and Marowak in the back for that Trick Room mode. And also, if I need to, I can pull Speed Swap shenanigans as well. Well, unfortunately we time out, but we already had our Pokemon selected, so I'm pretty sure that's going to, it's going to bring the 4 we selected. I forgot to click confirm though, because I was not paying attention to the timer. As always, you know, me not paying attention to anything. Alright, well let's just get right to the battle. We see a Jolteon Kartana lead. Okay, that's fine. Yep, we're going to lead Ribombee Krokorok. So we're going to get the Intimidate off, which is really good. Honestly, I could probably just Earthquake plus Pollen Puff the Kartana. Although Earthquake might not knock out Jolteon. It depends. It'll do a lot to my Ribombee, and it'll break my Sash, which kind of sucks, but... there's just no way he predicts the Scarf. He could be Scarf Kartana, though, which would be bad for me, but I expect him to be Scarf Croc, if anything. I could also protect Ribombee here. Maybe I should do that. Alright, I'm gonna do that. I want to keep my Sash. This would be bad if he protects his Jolteon. But it's the play I'm going to make anyway, because I don't expect him to predict me to be Scarf Croc. Okay, so unless he's Modest Jolteon, he didn't protect you. Cool. So we get off the Earthquake. Let's see if it knocks out Jolteon. It's not going to knock out Kartana, I know that much. Dang, Jolteon dropped. I'm telling you guys. Oh, it's a crit. Okay, never mind. I was about to say. I mean, my point still stands. Scarf Krokorok is the truth. Don't you ever forget it. So we're going to see the Hawlucha come in here. That's fine. I'm going to switch out my Krokorok. I'm going to Pollen Puff the Kartana. That'll knock that thing out. We also know it's not Scarf Kartana anymore, which it makes sense. And I'm going to hard switch into Marowak, because Marowak is not super threatened by either of these Pokemon. Obviously, Hawlucha could run like Supersonic Sky Strike or something along those lines, and Kartana gets Night Slash, but I don't think he'd go for either of those into the Krokorok slot. So we're going to get off the Pollen Puff. This should knock out Kartana, unless it's Assault Vest, which it doesn't seem to be, so Kartana goes down there. That's good. And we see the Sword Stance from Hawlucha. Ooh. Well, luckily we outspeed and can knock it out with a Moonblast. Unless it's Focus Sash, because we did see if the Kartana was Focus Sash. I hope this is Scarf Chandelure, because then he has to lock himself into a Heat Wave. Otherwise, my Krokorok will just outspeed and not take any damage from Shadow Ball. I'm going to Detect here anyway, though. This will show me if he's Scarf, because if he outspeeds my Ribombee, he's Scarf. I mean, he's going to outspeed my Marowak either way, but I want to see if he locks himself into a move. He doesn't protect with either of his Pokemon, so that's good. And he doesn't outspeed my Ribombee, so he's probably not Scarf, which is kind of bad, but not too bad. Hawlucha goes for the Aerial Ace into the Marowak slot, so that's really good. And we see the Fire Blast into the Ribombee slot. Okay. But of course we hang on with our Focus Sash, and thanks to Shield Dust, we cannot get burned. The Hawlucha probably has Unburden, so he's probably going to Shadow Ball the Marowak slot, and then Probably going to Shadow Ball the Marowak slot and attack with the Rabombi slot with his Hawlucha. So I'm going to protect my Rabombi and hard switch into my thing, my Porygon 2. We get a special attack boost, but that doesn't matter. If he predicts this and goes for the high jump kick, that would be good. Nope, he goes for the aerial ace into the Marowak slot. That's fine. Doesn't do too much. Fire Blast into the Rabombi slot again. Okay. Now yeah. I expect them to go for the high jump kick into the Porygon 2 slot. So this is why I'm going to make this play. I'm going to hard switch into Marowak. If he high jump kicks that slot, then he dies, and Moonblast will just redirect into Chandelure, but that's not going to do too much damage anyway, so that doesn't really matter. If he attacks Rabombi, good play, good play. Not much I can do about that. Poison Jab. Oh, okay. So he attacks my Rabombi. Yep. Good play on his part. Probably going to see a fire move into the, yeah. That's not going to... Oh my goodness, never mind. That did a lot. That wasn't even a crit. That might be Specs. Ooh, that's not good. Ha. Okay. Anyway, we're going to send a Krokorok here. But the good information is... that Chandelure doesn't look like he can knock out my Marowak. I'm gonna knock off the Hawlucha. And Shadow Boat the Hawlucha. Because the Hawlucha is the threat. So he goes for Flying Press. This is probably onto Krokorok, yep. That is going to knock me out. He's still at +1. And hopefully we live this Fire Blast. Nope, we do not. Okay. Now I don't think we can win. Yeah. Shoot, man. How could I have won this game? I needed to knock out the Hawlucha. I guess maybe if I didn't Moonblast, if I guess I could still win if his Flying Press doesn't knock me out. I'm gonna Trick Room. He could also, I guess, choke and not go for Flying Press. If this doesn't knock me out, I mean, it's super effective and he's at +1. I highly doubt I live, yeah. So, I needed to knock out Hawlucha. Yeah, I think the only way for me to win that game without him having to choke would have been to not activate his Unburden boost. So hit him with a Pollen Puff and then a Moonblast. But, I mean, I guess I could have expected him to be Focus Sash Unburden because that's a pretty common set, as far as I've seen anyway. But I'm not super big on trying to predict in the Tiny Tourney because, you know, you see all kinds of stuff here. So I just went with my gut. My gut was wrong. So that's fine. Definitely didn't lose that game due to hacks, which is nice. My opponent did, you know, make the most out of what he had. I guess if I got Trick Room up in that game, I could have won as well. But getting Trick Room up in front of a Hawlucha is just super difficult. I also probably might have been able to win if that Fire Blast didn't kill my Marowak. It did 83 the first time though, so I guess it was a roll. So we see a hard Trick Room team for our final opponent of the day, Z. Rocking the Porygon 2, Torkoal, Toxapex, Ferrothorn, Bellossom, and Behium. Behium? Is that what that is? I didn't even didn't know that thing was small enough for this tournament. But I do know it gets Trick Room, so let's see. I wouldn't mind just leading Marowak Kartana. Not Marowak Kartana, Krokorok Kartana. Because that can pretty much prevent Trick Room. His only 2 Trick Room users will die to this combination. The only problem with this, though, is that if he leads Torkoal, he could just Eruption. Although he might not, because he'll be in front of a Krokorok. I definitely want Marowak, because that not only does well against the Torkoal, but it also does well against the Ferrothorn and the Blossom. And maybe Porygon 2 is my last Pokemon, just because it's super bulky, and that allows it to do well against the remainder of his Pokemon. Plus, if he does end up getting Trick Room, it is slow, so it might be able to underspeed some of her Pokemon. This is a female. At least a female avatar. So, yep, challenged by Pokemon Trainer Z. Going to see the Blossom Torkoal lead. Okay, so, okay, that's fine. This could be bad if we see a Hidden Power Fire from the Blossom. Oh dear. Never mind. We're not going to be able to play this game because, yeah, there's our connection errors. Alright. Real unfortunate. Definitely, we didn't really do that battle, so I'm definitely not going to end it off on that. But yeah. Dang it, man. I really need to find out what's going on with my internet and fix it. Unfortunately, I have been working pretty much non-stop for these last few days. I've been working. I haven't gotten a day off in a while, so no real time to sit down and take a look at that, which is a bit unfortunate, but you know, nothing I can do about that. I'll just have to find some free time when I can do that. Anyway, let's actually finish this tournament off and hopefully not disconnect. And hopefully end it off on a win as well. So for our real final opponent of the day, we are going to find someone, hopefully. Okay, cool. Eckhard from the Dominican Republic is going to be our final opponent of the day with a Skuntank. Ooh, that's interesting. Vaporeon, Skuntank, Porygon 2, Mimikyu, Togedemaru, and Excadrill. I wouldn't mind leading Kartana, but that Skuntank could easily have Flamethrower. Krokorok Kartana might be good in this as a lead-in. The only problem would be if he leads Togedemaru, because then he fakes out my Krokorok. Although he won't threaten a lot of damage onto it if he leads that plus Skuntank. I really want a big Trick Room in the back. With Porygon 2 and Wishy-Washy. Because that beats pretty much everything on his team bar the Vaporeon maybe, but we do have the Kartana for that. So that might be his goal, to get rid of my Kartana and then try to sweep with Vaporeon. So let's not let that happen. You know? So we are going to lead Krokorok Kartana as our opponent leads Skuntank Togedemaru. Okay, about what I expected. I do expect the fake out to go into the Rock slot because that threats his oh, he's air balloon Togedemaru. Okay, that's fine. Going to detect. I couldn't rock slide and try to cheese my way to victory with punches, but I'm not going to do that. I'm going to make the most sensible play. I'm going to Earthquake because that does enough damage to Skuntank where I can knock it out with Sacred Sword. You see, Spiky Shield. Ooh, oh yes, that's so good for me because now we get to hit this Skuntank for basically free. Obviously, that wasn't going to hit the Togedemaru anyway because it does have the air balloon. And yeah, as you can see, this is within range of Sacred Sword. And we do see the Flamethrower into the Kartana slot, so that's really good. So now we can just launch off the Sacred Sword into the Skuntank slot. And I'm going to actually switch out into Porygon 2, because Porygon 2 won't take a lot of damage from any attack Togedemaru wants to go for, since the Togedemaru is intimidated. We're going to get download and get an attack boost, so the Skuntank protects, that's fine. Unless we see the Nuzzle onto my Kartana. I could have subbed there. Nope, we just see Zing Zap onto the Kartana slot, which is fine. Do I want to launch off another Sacred Sword into that slot? Yeah, I'm fine with that. It obviously doesn't do much if he sends in his Mimikyu, but I definitely need to get rid of the Skuntank before it flamethrowers me, so. Bop. Gonna knock out Skuntank right there. And get a Beast boost, so that's nice as well. And the Togedemaru goes for Poison Jab onto my Togedemaru slot. Not my Togedemaru. My Porygon 2 slot. Probably going for a Poison. Probably doesn't have good ways of dealing with Porygon 2, but then again, who does? Porygon 2 is just way too bulky for a format like this. I mean, there is Kartana though, so. See the Excadrill come in. I'm going to detect if he wants to. I did. You know what? What I'm actually going to do is I'm going to substitute with my Kartana and switch into Rock. So get the Intimidate off on Excadrill as well as another Intimidate off on Togedemaru. And that way, if the Excadrill does want to go for like a Tectonic Rage, it'll just be super weakened against my Kartana anyway. We do see the Spiky Shield, so that's to be expected, I think. Excadrill is Scarf, so that's good information. But again, since we intimidated it, it's not going to do too much to Kartana. It does 2-hit KO Rock, so that's unfortunate, but not too big of a deal. But since we know that the Excadrill is Scarf, we can just knock it out with a Sacred Sword. I'm actually going to switch right back out into Porygon 2, so we can eat up this Earthquake. We're going to see Excadrill be withdrawn into his own Porygon 2. That's fine. It's going to take a +1 Sacred Sword. That's going to do a good chunk. Going to get the special attack boost, which is not fun, but not too big of a deal. Download, we're going to get the attack boost again. Sacred Sword, does it 2-hit KO at +1? It does, so that's really good. You see the Togedemaru go for the Poison Jab onto the Porygon 2 slot. Obviously just trying to hit the Krokorok because he probably doesn't have anything else to hit it on that set. Going to Sacred Sword the Porygon 2 again, and probably just launch off another Tri-Attack into the Togedemaru slot. I'm going to switch out. I was thinking about Ice Beaming because that does a little bit more to Excadrill, but I thought the chance for a Paralysis or a Burn on the Excadrill is a little better than doing a bit more damage, because Ice Beam still wouldn't be doing too much. It would probably be a 3-hit KO, and the damage isn't super important when I can just Sacred Sword it next turn. No status, but that's fine because we can just switch in our Krokorok, Intimidate it, and now that he's down to his last 2 Pokemon, he won't be able to switch out to undo the Intimidate. So you see the Togedemaru Spiky Shield, that's fine because I didn't target it. Goes for another Earthquake. This is going to knock out my Krokorok, but at -1 I don't know if it'll knock out Kartana's Sub. It does knock out my Stubsill, so that's that's fine just because I'm going to knock out the Krokorok this turn. And then I can just Sacred Sword the Togedemaru next turn for the knockout. So I'm just going to send in Wishy-Washy because it has not gotten to see the light of battle this entire live. Not yet, anyway. So we're just going to let it hit the field, even though it's not going to be really doing anything. Although if I wanted to, I could. You want to see Wishy-Washy get a kill? Let's detect with Kartana and just Scald. Our opponent might just forfeit though, so yeah. So Wishy-Washy doesn't get the kill anyway. But still, good game to my opponent. And that's going to be it for this adventure through the Tiny Tourney. I might get a few more battles off screen to finish up with the tournament, but that's going to wrap up this final episode of Tiny Tourney time. Yep. So with that, thank you all so much for watching. I really do appreciate it, and I hope you really enjoyed. If there is a tournament next month, I'll definitely look into that. Hopefully it's just as fun as this one, because honestly, I haven't played a tier this fun in a while. It was really fun, despite all the connection errors we had. Unfortunately, I still had a lot of fun doing Tiny Tourney. So if you guys enjoyed, if you guys enjoyed, thank you for enjoying. I guess I don't want to pressure you to liking this video. If you think the video deserves a like, go ahead and like it, but if you thought it was good but not like worthy, that's fine as well. But anyway, yeah, that's going to be it for this video, and I'll see you guys later. Oh, before I go, I do want to restate that I will be at the North American International Championships next week. So I don't know if I'll be able to get a video out that week since I'll be gone for like 4 days. So I'll see if I can pre-record something and maybe have it upload while I'm away. But if not, I'll see you guys in 2 weeks with probably just a standard Battle Spot Live. So yeah.